Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for being so inviting to my dear friend Anna. She was absolutely terrified. She wouldn't actually look. She wouldn't look at the film. And I was like, I promise you, it's fine. They love you. They like what you've got to say. They believe you. They're learning from you. So yes, I know she's had quite a few people that have got in contact with her, signed up for the colour consultation. So thank you very much. It was a nice way to kind of do a 360 approach to kind of embracing colour in a different way. So I'm glad you liked it. Now, many of you commented on the makeup that I was wearing, and I thought I would use a few of those key pieces to create another makeup look for you. And I want to say a big thank you to Erborian because they have partnered with me for this film. And it's always really exciting when a brand that you've used for years and have loved ask you to work with them. So thank you very much, Erborian. And we're talking about their BB and their CC cream. Now, I'm sure many of you are familiar with this award-winning skincare and makeup brand. It's a fusion of both. Great base, great coverage, luminosity, bounce and hydrated skin with a little bit of a tint to it and SPF coverage. So I wanted to go through the two products, and I thought maybe what I'll do is, because they're similar but they're different, and it's nice to see how they differ. I might just do one side of each of my face with a different product to kind of go through it, and then we will continue with the makeup. So let's start. I'm shade Dawn with the BB cream. Actually, the BB cream, while I'm at it, comes in two sizes. Here's the little size and here's the big size. The 40ml is 41 and the 15 is £20.50. While I'm thinking about it, and before I forget, I actually have a 20% discount code off site-wide. It's all in the description box, Caroline20. So as you know, I love products that give me extra benefits, that really kind of look after my skin, nourish my skin, protect my skin, and this is what this brilliant Korean skincare brand does so well. And the shades are kind of like, well, the CC cream has intelligent pigments that adapt to your skin tone, and the BB cream probably covers about 3 different shades of skin tone because it's so sheer. So let me pop it on and try. I'm going to use for today shade Door. And you really don't need that much. It's a really beautiful warm colour. And let's try it here. Your skin is not looking too bad at the moment. So I'm going to apply this with my fingers, and I would recommend that you do the same. So let's just put it on from the T-zone of my face right into my eye. Again, this is a product that sits really beautifully around the dehydrated parts of your face. So maybe you wouldn't stretch your foundation to be that close to your eye, but you can with this because it glides on so beautifully. And when I mean it glides on beautifully, what I mean by that is it doesn't pull the skin, it slips over the top of your face, and it doesn't kind of create like another layer. It kind of fuses together. Look at that colour match. So I put it all over my eye area, literally all over my face, the half size. Now the redder parts are like my nose, I'm between here and underneath my lip. But you can see how effortless that is. I don't want to use a sponge or a brush because that means that I would lose the product, and it's very sheer and soft, so you don't want it to be sucked away by the sponge or the brush because you want that coverage on. Now the BB cream gives you a little bit more coverage than the CC cream, and it just creates that just sort of soft veil. I mean, there is no editing in this video, right? That is how easy it is. And that is the difference. So if you're looking for something that's really soft and gentle, a pleasure to use with protection, you can't go wrong really. I've still got that much left. What you can do is layer it very slightly. So just around that nose area, because I've got a wee bit I'm recovering from my cold now. Anyway, so you can see that that's covered that beautifully. It's the glycerin in the product that gives that lovely kind of plump hydrated finish. So if you're a glycerin lover, you'll love this. Okay, so let's use the same shade in the CC cream. So you'll see that because it's got the intelligent pigments, encapsulated pigments, it comes out white. But very much like other products, when you apply it to I've used way too much, you literally need half of that. And let's do the same here. So again, it feels so nourishing under the eye. Now that looks like way too much, but I promise you, it's just like putting cream on. You just put like a little blob on your face and then you just blend it through. And it smells amazing and it's sort of slightly cooling. Oh, it's a real, I need to identify what that is. It's a real comforting smell, clean smell. So you'll get a little bit more of a dewy finish, very subtly. You still get a decent amount of coverage. I mean, I wouldn't say that it's like so fine that there's no coverage at all, because I need a little bit of something just to even out my irregular skin, but I don't want it to look too flat because I just like a little bit of reality to my skin always. Keeping it real, ladies. We must all do that at all times. So a little bit more dewy, a little bit more glowy, a little bit more coverage, and both of them have SPF. Again, all the products that I recommend on this channel feel lovely, and this feels comforting, it feels hydrating on my skin, and when I wear it, I always get a lovely compliment. Oh, what have you got on your skin? Because it's sort of slightly undetectable, you know? Right, so I'm going to go back with an Erborian, the lovely carrot pot for my cheeks, because it works really well with this kind of apricot-y feel. It's not the same as the Max Factor one, it's more peachy. I still haven't found that exact cream blush, but I've been really enjoying this beautiful product, and you'll see how it just fuses really lovely with my shirt and with the skin, with my skin. I don't know, there's just something about waking up in the morning, isn't there, and just feeling a little bit ropey, a little bit sort of pillow creased, and then, you know, putting on your skincare and then a little bit of base and blush, and then you just feel like, okay, yeah, I've got this. I can handle whatever life throws at me. I mean, that might be a little bit too much, but I think we all need that, don't we? We all need that kind of like, woohoo, superhero cape of makeup. I'm going to coin that. We all need a little bit of a va-va-voom. And if I can kind of create this nice softness with my skin so easily, then that makes life just a little bit easier. So let's go in with my Ultra Slim Brow Definer. Blink Brow Bar, just strengthen up that line very, very softly, no need for too much. Brush them through, and it's going to be a nice soft, as you saw, just a soft sculpted eye, which I use this Suki palette. I'm not sure whether I showed everyone in the film, and I've really loved this, and I've taken it to work. So it's really nice. It's, you know, it's that time of year, isn't it, in England or Europe, summertime, where everything just goes a little bit warmer. And this has been really pretty. And the colours, the Suki eyeshadows, if you've ever used them before, are so soft. I mean, it's an expensive palette, so you expect the pigments to be quite beautiful, but they sort of go on and there's absolutely no effort needed at all to blend them in. It sort of does all the work for you, which again is nice. I might need a little bit of powder just here, but I think I'm going to wait to see how it settles, because it does settle into the skin really, really well, and I don't want to over powder. So I think sometimes it's quite nice just to, if you think, oh, look a bit too shiny, just wait. Even though they're different bases, you can see that that's a little bit more glossy, that's a bit flatter. I don't mind that. It's all for the purpose of explanation and education, right? Oh, look at these brushes from Mr. Battersby, Otis Battersby. I mean, what gorgeous colours are they? Obviously, there's a green involved, so I'm in that camp. This is a beautiful set of brushes, and to me, they are just like gorgeous ice cream. So very, very seasonal. Brilliant brushes. Again, nothing that is too big, right? So we can be really, really clever with the application of where we put our products, so that we're actually creating a little piece of art on our faces. So I'm going to use his soft fluffy brushes here to apply the eyeshadow. I'm going to use the flat one and the round one. Now, does he name them? I don't think he does. No. Oh, yes, they do. 109 and 110. So there we are. I'm going to use the 110, and I'm going to go in straight into my socket with the sort of coolery. It's warm, but it's a little bit cooly, this colour, as my socket. Because I want to sort of push that back. And I knew that when I was going to be talking with Anna, I wanted a bit of shape to my eye, but I didn't want it to be, you know, too much. So this is the nice socket one, which is more rounded and with a nice beveled sort of edge, so that it helps you create that socket, that migration of colour that is, you know, dense, deep in the socket to push it back, and then it just kind of softens it out, which is so nice. Now, when you've got a slightly heavier lid, what's nice is to use a very soft colour. So now I'm going to go in with a little peachy colour. Actually, I'm going to go in with a different brush because I want to make this really soft. So I'm going to use the 109 just with the peach, okay? Always put it on my brush and then blend it through, and then just almost take it over that line, because I want to, you see the difference? I want to just knock back. I make a mistake, I can just use it with my finger. I haven't powdered or anything on my eye, I just want to keep it really soft. It just gives me that little bit more of an eye open shape. Actually, now I was with in Cannes Film Festival actually with, oh, it was so lovely. It's an actress I'd never worked with before. Her name's Sandra Hüller, and she's in a film called Anatomy of a Fall. And I didn't know the director, and they won Palme d'Or. So I'm really excited to see her in this role, and she was just lovely, and it was her first ever Cannes. It's really, really quite intimidating. It's quite a big thing to do, you know, to spend, you know, at least you kind of go to someone at least 2 hours before they leave. So within that 2 hours, I don't know if any of you have got married and done that whole thing with hair and makeup artists arriving, it's quite stressful. No matter how confident you are. You know, she was just an absolute pleasure and such a lady. And I used this palette on her, actually very softly, and she really liked it. And I just found it very effortless. It photographed really well. Okay, so I'm going to use the 108 angled brush, and I'm going to go in again with that same colour. I haven't done my lid yet, because I think I'm going to go light with that. And I'm just going to do a little bit right along the line of my lash, very softly, because I remember thinking I want a bit of shape but nothing too dark that's going to close my eye. So when you use like a liner brush, say like this, it's really good because it compacts the colour and it places it just on the lash line. There we go. And you can see by the application and the softness of the application how beautifully milled these shadows are. Right, so I'm going to go in with a flat brush, and I'm going to go in with the really lovely highlighting colour, and I'm going to add just this on the inside and just blend it in. And it's a little bit more sparkly, so let me put a little bit more peach in that. I don't want it to be too sparkly. Yeah, that peach is lovely, really nice. So I've combined those two together to get the light, but not too much. And you can see the difference there, hopefully. How are you all? Are you all enjoying all the beautiful flowers and the rich greenness of the trees and the bluer skies? Oh God, it is so life affirming, isn't it? I love it. I absolutely love it. Always have done. There we go. Good. Okay, perfect. So that was basically the eye. I felt like my eye was dressed, but sort of subtly, and it was kind of creating that nice shape. Doesn't the skin look good? Very, very nice product. And again, it feels lovely. Again, Thrill Seeker Wonder Volume by Rimmel. Been delighted to be using this, especially because when I use it underneath my eyes, and because I wanted a big eye, I went for mascara underneath my lower lashes, on my lower lashes, because if I'm feeling tired and I need a lift, I just go for the top. And so this product just stays put. Not that it is waterproof or a tubing mascara, it just stays put, which is wonderful, right? So I'm going to try and use this to the end. Otherwise you end up, I mean, I know I've got to test lots of mascaras and stuff, but I'm quite cautious because, you know, when you sort of open them, you're like, right, that's it, now you've got to just keep using it, otherwise it just dries up and it's such a waste. So I'm going to keep going with this guy. It's delivering beautifully. Pull those lashes down. And we'll go for a couple of coats on the top to make sure we give it a little bit of a lift. Oh, I was going to curl my eyelashes. That's annoying. Okay, next week. Nice. I'm actually going to start lifting my own lid now, like I would if I was applying mascara to a client, because I'm just not very organised sometimes in my systems. I put the mascara on and then spend about 2 minutes taking it off my lid, which is just ridiculous, seeing as I know exactly how to apply mascara without not applying it to my lid, but I just sort of save that for clients. So rather than making a mess like I normally do, let's just do it properly, Caroline. And stick that on. And also, when I say stick that on, I'm pushing the mascara right to that root and lifting up my lid. I guess it doesn't sort of feel, well, I've never really done it like this because I've obviously not had as much droopiness as I do have now, or much as mess on my lid when I put my mascara on. So I guess it's just doing things in a different way, isn't it? And getting used to it. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I might just take this off my hand before I spread it all over my shirt. So are you guys all changing your makeup? Are you sort of, do you adapt your makeup for your summer wardrobes? Do you change little things, or do you just sort of buy yourself a new blush or lip, depending, or do you pretty much find that the products you wore last year work beautifully now? It's quite interesting, isn't it, to find what you do sort of year on, year out. I think it's always nice to kind of purchase something new, isn't it? Especially if you're going on holiday, or maybe you've got a wedding or a new dress or something like that. So that's annoying, because I remember, and of course I could look back at my films, but I had a shade called Dove on, but I know I changed my lipstick a few times, but I can't find it. That's probably because it's tucked away in one of my handbags. So I'm going to show you a new colour. This is Oasis. Look at that. That's such a lovely nude, isn't it? I love this nude because it's warm. It's not cold. And it's a nude that's kind of going to add shape to my lips without kind of like completely draining my face away. So you probably saw what I just did there. I had a little bit of lip balm on. And again, I'm not sure it's whether it's something that I talk about a lot. It's lovely to have the hydration on your lips, but then before you put the colour on, make sure you remove that sort of top layer of hydration and slip, because then your lipstick won't sit well on it. I always go in with a little bit of my Trini, still now, very, very small, go through pots of this, just to knock back that shine on the top of my lip with my lovely skin products. And that immediately just kind of lets that settle and just kind of gives a little bit of flatness to the top of my lip and makes it more wearable. And I'm going to go straight in from the bullet with the Oasis. Now it is I'm looking at myself going, oh, that's really lovely and nudie, but Caroline, does that wash you out? I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's finish the job. I like this because I don't have to bother with lip liner, because it's got a lovely pigment to it. I love that, it's nice. Yeah, I don't want it to be screaming. I don't want actually that colour. And I think that creates a really lovely sort of tonal corally wash. So no, just sort of caramelly tonal, isn't it? It's just warm. It's warm, it's warm, it's warm. And for most part of the year, I've just had my hair done as well, which does make a massive improvement. Oh my God, my roots were like that long. Had to sit in the chair for hours. Yes, I like that a lot. It gives you guys another chance to see these lipsticks are so nice. Really lovely, lovely gift. Gold packaging. Lovely. Okay, really, really nice. All right. Well, I'm interested to know whether any of you had the did the colour code with Anna, because I haven't actually yet to do it for me as well. But it's just a really, I wonder whether, what I'm trying to say is, do you now sort of like look in your wardrobe a little bit differently? Because we haven't actually talked about the emotion of colour. And I do look at my clothes slightly differently, and I do hear her voice in my head. But anyway, okay, let's all share this tip before we go out the door. That's it. Make sure you have good sparkly clean lashes by sucking your finger before you go out when you put a nice lipstick on. Okay everyone, well, enjoy your gardens, enjoy your walks, enjoy your holidays and your lovely weekend breaks if you get to go anywhere. And thank you again for all your lovely comments, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.